Hi YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Aion. This week we are focusing on my scout who is destined to become an assassin in her future. And we are going to fulfill one of these quests here where we actually get to use the flight transporter for the first time here in Ilios. So for those of you who are only following my my scout episodes, you can see here what the flight looks like when you're using the flight transporters between different areas and regions within the realm. And you have flight, and then you also have there's also a transport. I forget the name of it exactly, but there's flight transporters, and then there's another kind that allows you to go further distances more quickly, but they're fewer and farther between. Alright, so we're over here in this camp, and we have some quests to turn in over here, so I'm going to do that. So one of the things you'll notice with this particular episode is there's a lot of quest turn-ins. We're not going to do a heck of a lot of actual quests today.
At the Kabara strip mine, there is a huge cauldron. The kobolds guard it day and night. That must be where they're refining the odium.
Alright, so that was a sneak peek to one quest that we will be doing in the future. And I actually won't be doing that one for a little bit. There's a whole bunch of other ones I like to get done in this kind of forested area first when I'm doing these. And once we have completed all of those, then we can move on to some of the areas that branch off from this section. But right now there's a bunch of quests between this camp and the village that we were just in, and so we're going to be flying and running back and forth between the two of them quite a bit. And here I'm like, okay, I've got to turn in a lost axe, I've got some illegal logging that's got to happen, I got to thin out the wargs and things, but there's like a number of things where I need to, so I just bound myself to this obelisk. That means that if I die or if I want to return, I return to that part, that little camp. But I had to fly back to the village now that I turned in those quests, because I've got some follow-on things over here. Here's one in particular. And this is... Alright, so I've got that one. So there's a house guest, I just completed that. And then he has a new quest for me, Message to Madeline, which basically this quest gets me familiar with the concept of the fast track servers and gets me over to the fast track server. So here we go. We're just going to go ahead and... so right now we're on the standard server, which means that all leveling and everything is done in the standard speed as per usual for this game. And now we're going to hop over to the fast track server where leveling goes much more quickly. And especially since we're getting into the higher, well, we're not higher levels, you know, we're above level 5. And so each successive level gets slower and slower to achieve. And so doing fast track is just going to make things go a little bit faster, which is kind of nice. So first we go here. And we meet Madeline, and then we select... I think I forgot that I had to actually select a reward. And it's like, okay, do I want courage or do I want awakening? Awakening is spellcasting. I'm a scout/assassin. Attack speed is a better reward for her, so that's what we're going to take. And then... take a look at the map. You see all the blue circles on the map, and that's where a lot of the areas that I need to be questing in the first place. So, now it's like, okay, I have another quest in here somewhere. There we go. And then while I'm here, I think I'm also going to purchase some skill manuals for training, because now that I'm on the fast track server, everything's going to go a little bit faster. Quest-wise, which I like. I've been doing that on my other series with my Asmodean gunslinger, and the fast track server certainly makes things go a lot nicer. I certainly have been enjoying it more. Alright, so you can see how many quests and things I have all hovering up there, so I need to go back. Oops, got stuck there. And then there's a, I'm just gonna have to run back to this part of the forest because they're closer to this town than they are to the camp. Otherwise I could have run, otherwise I could have flown to the camp and come back. You can see where that yellow is, that's where I'm heading. And I cut out some of the running there because it was a little bit tedious, a little bit too much running and and things. So here we go, and also flower picking. I do a lot of gathering and stuff along the way, and I cut all of that footage out because you guys don't need to see me picking flowers all day long. Alright, so we have another bunch of rewards, and here we've got a couple more quest turn-ins, more quest pickups. Actually 2 turn-ins and 3 pickups for this guy.
Nice to meet you.
Alrighty. So we're getting experience nicely, and so this is a lot of the things that I kind of left undone last week, and so that's one of the reasons why it's mostly running around turning in quests, and then you turn in one quest and it just leads to another turn in with someone else and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of chain quests going on here without a ton of action this week. But then next week I'll definitely be, not next week, but the next time we play the Scout, which will be 2 weeks from now actually, that should actually have a little bit more action. I'll be out and about killing things a little bit more and that kind of thing. Alright, so we did that. Now we talk to this guy. Yep. Yeah, and then I realized that I needed. I actually opted not to talk to the tree yet, for his quest, because I couldn't remember if it was gonna lock me into a particular loop or not, which it doesn't. But I couldn't remember that at the time, so I thought, oh, I'll save it for later. Okay, so we did this, and now we have to go back to the village and talk to somebody else. So, like I said, there's a lot of running back and forth and things. I could have cut out this entire episode and just gone straight to the action and stuff, but I decided to leave this in just so you can get a flavor for this particular game and playing Ilios and everything, and just so you can get a feel for you know, the quest progressions and things as they happen, whether or not they're really exciting or not. I actually kind of enjoy some of these. You just run around and turn things, and you get to see a lot of the scenery, and you get to see a lot of the surrounding areas and things. I don't know, I just find it kind of fun. So, alright, so being sent here by Furiev on behalf of Namus. I think this is, yeah, this is Story of the Elam. Right, we still have to do that part. So there's a couple of different things from related to the Elam, which is their version of the Ents in Lord of the Rings, basically living, talking trees and stuff. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I must have zoned out at that moment when I was reading that. Okay, so now we got that done. Now let's go. I think I'm gonna go, yep, I'm gonna go buy my training manuals. I'm getting close to level 7, so once I get to level 7, there's one level 7 skill manual I need, and then there's a couple of level 9s. So since I'm fast tracking it, I might as well just have all of them. Yes, I already know those. So I just need Soul Slash, Devotion, and Evasion rate increase. Which is nice because I'm starting to use evasion more often now. You can see in my lineup of my spells and everything, or my attacks, if you will, that I have the standard just attack anything. Number 1, number 2 is my evasion. Number 3 is my surprise attack. I forget what number 4 is, but it's another just straight up attack. And then number 5 right now is is also, well, number 2 is not evasion, it's stealth. Actually, it's more stealth, and then number 5 is evasion. And I eventually I reorganized those and put evasion first, and activate that before I get into a fight, so that I'm actively evading during the fight. It keeps me from taking on too much damage during the fight. Alright, so we're running back here, and we're going to now talk to the forest protector Noah that we skipped earlier.
Our kind is in trouble. The kobolds are destroying the forest. My brothers, the trees, cry out to me.
Alright, that about wraps things up for this week. Thank you for joining me, and join me in 2 weeks for the Scout or for our Gunslinger next week. Take care. Bye-bye.